It's a Monday afternoon, the 8th of May, and music-room programming continues from
It's Monday, late in Monday. You might notice I'm not. This isn't truck talk. Can't have truck talk without a truck. So this is a rendition of Van Talk. Van Talk, Van Talk, Van Talk, Van Talk, Volume 1. Alright. So, there's something on the news that they're always talking about. I think it's important. This is what I think. So, without a doubt, it's probably... That camera's so dumb. Look at me. Alright. So, if it's not apparent, if it's not very clear, I am a product of the public school system. Through and through. All the way. The state of Florida, Department of Education, you guys have, like, I've got nothing but thanks for you guys. I guess at the end of the day, like, you guys sure as shit shaped me, made me a person, one way or another. So, yeah, I grew up and went to school K through 12, and even before K, doing Head Start programs and things like that. So I was getting all of that public funding to raise me and craft me and create me into this rounded adult that you see here now. And for those that aren't in Florida or who don't pay attention too much to Florida politics and what goes on with funding to our public schools, but basically in Florida, the last 5-6 Ron DeSantis years, and even some into before that, we have been moving a lot of taxpayer money, a lot of money to, we're lessening the amount of money to public schools and then giving a ton of money to private charter schools, any kind of other school system that's accredited and legit, right? We've diverted funding, millions of dollars, to those places, right? To basically private schools, and those should definitely exist. And that's fine if you want to send your children and whatnot to those places. Like, that's totally cool. That's your choice, right? You're a parent, you get to make that choice and do all that stuff. But what isn't fine is that, like, public education's kind of attacked, it's kind of bullied. They go, oh, it's a liberal indoctrination station, and it's like, all right, maybe, but maybe not. Like, it is just like, I believe conservatives, no, I don't know. Essentially, public schools are important because they're a reflection of the general populace of opinion and thought, and like what we feel we should be sending into the future and using to grow our citizens and whatnot. And diverting funds from the public space to go to private spaces and private schools and charter schools and magnet schools and this and that and all these other different categories, which are essentially, in some regards, if you look at it from a profit standpoint, they're business. It's a heads and beds kind of thing. The more students and tuition they've got, and some schools are totally privately funded, like they're completely privately funded, and like, all right, sure, you do what you want with that. But schools that get tax money, at the end of the day, it's like, shouldn't that go to like the public space as much as possible and whatnot, like as much as we can? Because the only thing that like history has for sure taught us and confirmed for us is that civilizations that don't reinvest into themselves, rebuild into infrastructure and whatnot, are a wisp in the wind. Like, it's just come and go, get wiped out. And for that reason, I will forever be a proponent and in support of giving public schools more money. Like, duh. Like, come on, man. Those are the foundation of our community, of our neighborhoods, of our state, of our cities, and what those little kids are. They're they're the future of all the stuff we've been doing for them or ourselves or whatnot. And it's just sad. Like, public libraries in the same story. Is they're being attacked and defunded and stuff. And public library spaces growing up to me were always like a hangout place, a safe place. Like, and I don't mean that in today's nomenclature of like what a safe place was. It was just a place that we could go and it'd just be cool. Like, the kids are there at the school or at the library, right outside the middle school. Like, he was just right down the way. You just pop over and hang out, you know, from like 2 to 4 or the hooligan hours, you know. Nope. But we want to underfund that and then burn the people out who are so committed to being teachers. Being teachers. Have you been in a room full of like 20, 25, 30 little people, little children running around? Holy Toledo. Holy Toledo. The strength of character and resolve and like patience. I'm a father, but like I'm not that good of a guy like to be. I did do this I did work, side note, I did work for a job in my young adult years, doing party hosting and stuff like that for like little kids' birthday parties and school events and stuff. So I've been in those situations and I've been able to witness and watch the teachers corral and wrangle these little devils. And you know, you get them in a pack, they're like any other animal. They get riled up and kind of thing. You're like, whoa. But anyways, I'm a product of public education and even an example of what happens with early education. So that's either good or bad. That's up to you to decide. But for me, I feel that it did, going through public school and everything, I was equipped and ready to be an adult, to go off to college and all of that stuff, right? I felt like I knew. Ayo, looking at my boobs. My eyes are up here. So my public school education days, I definitely would give a thumbs up on. Like, you know, my high school sucked and everything, but doesn't every high school suck? Isn't that just like a given? A good given? Because you're teenagers. Wait till you become an adult, teenagers. Then like everything sucks. Just like always. You're like, oh, I want so much freedom. But only in your later years do you get to look back and be like, oh, I actually was most free back then. All I had to do was show up to a place between 7 and 3 and listen to people talk. Well, some of us adults and grown-ups, we go out and do that too, but like then we have to beg and plead and crawl on our hands and knees to get money, and it's like, ugh, cringy, terrible. But that's the way of the world. And school systems are the foundation of what somebody said to me very recently. I had never thought about it, and I guess it's probably a common phrase or whatnot, but it's like, you're not raising a child, you're raising an adult. And it's at the end of the day, the little kids, the sweet little friggin' booger faces and all, they'll be grown-ups and they'll be running this shit. And it's up to us in the middle times, and you know, on their comeuppance as the responsible ones, to make sure that they can have the best shot at whatever the world's going to give them going in the future in their day and age. Like, when they're in their prime, they'll either be talking shit about us or saying, hey, thanks for setting us up for success. And that's what public school education and all that is purposed. You know, that's why we've been funding public schools since the beginning of the formation of our country. It's like, come on, man. We got to instill the values we want in our future citizenry. In early education, yeah, man, it's tough. My parents both worked. They were always working. Ooh, this intersection right here is like the gnarliest. Oh, I always fuck it up. Oh, man, it's so dumb. It doesn't make sense. Polk County or Osceola County, wherever I'm at, that intersection right there, garbies. Pure garbage. It's like, should be a roundabout, but it's not. It's just like 4 lines of like oncoming traffic, and it's just whoever's the biggest one is going for it. And they're like, a diverge this way, a diverge that way. But I digress. We're not talking about the road infrastructure. We're talking about education. And basically how we just need to give it all the money. All the money. If we can pay billions and billions and trillions of dollars for fighter jets and tanks and stuff like that, we can spend a couple tens of millions on our education in our public schools. Pay the teachers more, give them more resources, let them teach. Just do better. Just do better. All right. Well, that's the end of that. This has been Van Talk, brought to you out here in Polk County, I believe. You guys have a good day. Stay safe. Always be vigilant. Whatever that means. I'm just driving around the lake right now, enjoying the view, talking to you guys, which is nobody, because nobody watches these. It's more just me talking to myself. But that's fine. That's fine. I said I was going to, so this is what I'm doing.